Hey everyone, Tracy here from Designs by CVP, and tonight I'm gonna do a video on this adorable lamb Easter basket. So this is just everything. I can't even get it all on the screen. There we go. All the parts have been cut out. So I'm gonna rearrange this and we're gonna get started on making this beautiful basket. Okay, so these are the two parts of the basket that we're going to start with, and what we need to do, they're pretty much the same, scallops, tabs on each side. So we're going to take this tab and connect it to this side. So let's put some glue here. Okay. And we're going to line up the bottom. Like that. And then just to double check, when you fold it, you want to make sure that the edges line up as well as the scallops at the top. All right. Oh, there's that. And we're going to put some glue on this side and glue it to this side. All right, so there's the basket. All right, so there's that. So there's the start of the basket. All right, so let's flip this over. We're gonna start by building the basket, and we're gonna put a bottom to it. So I'm taking these two brown that we have. They're pretty much identical, except for if you look closely, the one has an L etched into it. You probably can't see that. That's for the liner, so we don't want that one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna anchor this to the bottom one tab. So I went with, if you see, there's scallops with holes, and then there's scallops with no holes. This is where the lamb is gonna be peeking out of the basket. So let's anchor it to here, because this is going to be kind of the main focus. So we're going to put some glue on this tab, and then we are going to go and line that up just like that. And I almost press it down on the surface, so there's that. Okay. All right, so that one is anchored on there. All right, next I have that anchored. So we're gonna put some glue on all of these tabs. It's a little wonky shape, so that we can do this way, okay? Okay. Okay. There we go. And then we'll flip it over, and I just give it an extra press in here. All right. Perfect. There we go. It's coming together. Now we put some glue inside there, and again, find that top. We're gonna put this liner in, and we're gonna line this one up and put that down like that. Perfect. And I'm just running my hand along. That's perfect. So here's a little trick. When I turn this over, you'll see some gaps. So I've taken a scrap piece of paper, just a square scrap piece of paper, put some glue on the end. And we're gonna take this and we are just gonna go inside to fill, there we go, fill that gap and press that down. And just hold it and do it again more here. And press that down. So that's just a little trick to fill those gaps in. So just a little bit more glue on my scrap paper. Come up in here, especially right in here. Let's do right in there and press that down. Okay, you can even go this way and press it down, but then you have no more gaps. All right, so let's just check it out. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, next layer we're gonna put on is a weaving pattern over the basket. So I have this lighter brown. You have two different pieces. One has tabs, one does not. So let's use the one with tabs. And you will see, as I said before, that focal point with the scallops with no circles, and this has scallops with no circles. So we're gonna glue just one section at a time. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna glue it and then put it on. And then we'll work with another section and put it on, okay? Okay, so I'm just lining that up. And then I'm gonna fold this over. I'm gonna glue this one on and do the next section. So for me, I make sure I get right around those scallops, right around the pickety fence. All right. Okay. And then we'll put that one on. And then I just press. I'm going to come to this side and do this side now. Okay, I'm putting on the second one. So I've just glued on one section at a time, doing the exact same thing. Lined up the tabs where this section is folded. We will do the next one all the way around. Okay. A trick when we're doing this and you're gluing is you can flip it over, pressing down on your hard surface of your desk or work area, and that helps. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, next up, we're gonna put some decorative stuff on our basket. So we have 4 strips here, and you have some with little tabs. And if you look closely, there is a 2 etched in them, and there is a 1 etched. So this is the 1. So you have ones with tabs with a 1 and that same length, so those go together. These 2 are the same length and they go together. So then you have to figure out, so this one is the 1 goes on the top, and it's just because if you look, this one is longer than that one. So you see the length. So this one goes on the top, more to go around. All right, so these are the bottom. So then you're gonna bring your basket, and before you start gluing, you have to figure out which way, because you see the angle, that's not gonna work. So it's upside down. We want it to go this way, and then it'll go. All right. So then exactly what we did the last time, I'm gonna start with the scallops. I'm going to glue that down, and then I'll work piece by piece. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the second piece for the top, I'm just making sure that it lines up. So that's gonna go over that tab. I have it the right way. It's gonna go all the way over and over that tab. All right, so I'm gonna start by putting some glue just on this piece. And we're gonna attach that. So over top of that tab, line it up. And again, we can flip it over, press down on it. And then we're gonna glue just the next piece on. So I just do a little bit, and then I press that next section. And I go down, press it. Okay, the next section. And this last piece. Lines up perfectly and over that tab on that side. All right, and we're going to do the same for this piece. I know they're two different colors, but that's okay. I didn't have enough of this, so I went with a different color. It's all in the eye of the beholder. So let me start, there's that. I'm just gonna make sure I have the one with the tabs. Yes, I do. So we're gonna start there. And it'll go around, perfect. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put glue on this one. Line it up. Press that down. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other tabs. So we'll just do this just like the one above. Make sure it's lined up. Okay, the last section here. Some glue on that, and then I'm going to press that down. It meets up with the tab on this side. Press that down there, and there we go. We have some decoration. All right, let's go to the next layer. Okay, so next up is just more layering. So we have these white scallop pieces that are gonna go up here. So you have one that has tabs and one that does not have tabs. So let's start with the tabs, and we want the tabs to go in the same spots as all the other tabs. So I'm just lining that up with the scallops, and then you'll see where the lamb goes, it kind of has a little bump. And that is intentional. That was designed that way, so it's off kilter. And then this will line up and you'll have a tab on this side. So I'm gonna start with this section with the tab, and we're gonna glue it down just like we did before. So glue all over here, even the tab. And then I'm gonna line this up here and with the scallop. Okay. So this is very, very important. You're gonna get some glue come out of the scallop, that's fine, just wipe it away. Perfect. another piece is gonna go on there. I think it's the pink piece. All right, and then we'll glue the next section. So again, this is just all layering. So, and follow your score lines here from the design. Now this is gonna be off because this is where the lamb is gonna go. That's fine. So see the two humps where the lamb is gonna go, right there, and then the scallops are off. But when we come back over here, the scallops are back on. So let's glue this one down. Okay, one section at a time. All right. And then the last section with the little tabs. So don't forget to put glue on the tab. Perfect. And line those up. And the tab. Now you can always go and press. Perfect. Now let's do the same with the next piece. So we'll line that up. We'll line it all up. It should all line up. Perfect. Now we'll just glue individual. Okay, so next we have scallops to go on the bottom of our basket. Now we have these two white ones and the open dots go on the top. So for me, I'm just gonna look to where I have the seam so that I keep them all together. So there's a seam. So this one has tabs. I'm gonna start there and just line it up. So just like before, I'm gonna glue one section at a time. So this is just all layering on this basket. All right, okay. Next, again, just more layers. So this time we're gonna do some pink. So you have ones without, you have ones with the holes and without. So let's do with the out. These do not have tabs. And these are the ones that are just gonna go along the bottom. So I had it wrong way. So just line them up. So I'm gonna find my seam. Right there. So right here, and it's gonna go like that along the bottom to have like a two-tone. So I'm gonna glue one section at a time. So it's just exactly like everything else, just continued layering. So here we go. I just bend that over, do some glue on the scallop, and do one section at a time, lining up those scallops at the bottom. All right, come to the next section and put my glue. And just lining that up to the bottom. All right, let's do the next section. Okay, we're gonna do the top section now. So I have scallops with holes in it, and we're gonna just go along the bottom. So it doesn't matter where you kind of start. I'm gonna keep all my seams the same. So just line that up along the bottom of the top scallops, if that makes sense. So it's gonna go like that. And again, I'm just gonna glue one section at a time. And you have two of these. It'll go right around the basket. Okay, this is the last section. I'm just gonna put some glue here. You don't need a lot. And it's all nicely locked. All right, so that's pretty much the structure. Let's go right there is the center where we're gonna work on the lamb to go in there next. Okay, now we're gonna get all of our lamb pieces. So we have clouds two heads like this, brown, white, another lamb head, pink. You've got eyes, nose, cheeks, and you have hooves. So we need all of those. So first, we are gonna take this big lamb, glue, and put it on the brown. Okay, so just all over. Alrighty. Okay, and then this should line up perfectly with the brown. Alrighty. Okay, this is eventually gonna go in here. Oops, in here. All right, then we're gonna take this white piece and the pink, and we're gonna glue that on. So let's go here. And you want to line that up at the top. Perfect. There we go. And then this is gonna go on this. So what we're doing is just a lot of layers so it's not flimsy. All right, so let's put that to the side. You're gonna take the two heads. You're gonna see little markings on one of them etched in. This is just to help guide you where to put the nose, cheeks, eyes. So you're gonna, again, put these, glue these two together. But make sure that those etchings are on the top so you can follow them. Okay. Next we have the two clouds. One is solid, one has some twirls. So you're going to glue this one on top of that one. Just like that. Okay. Now this is going to go on top of here for the top of the lamb, but I am thinking I'm going to use some foam dots on mine to make it a little bit three-dimensional. So I'm just going to put some here. I don't put them near the edge, so then that way you don't see them. Let's take the covers off. Okay. And then we're going to line this up right there. You're going to take the face and we're going to put some glue. I'm going to follow those etchings. Put your cheeks on first. And the nose. the eyes. The eyes have holes in them already. Just make sure that they're both going towards the left, and they're both at about 10 o'clock. So they both look similar. And now this is going to go on here. But again, I'm going to use some foam to pop that up a bit. Okay, I have foam on there, and I'm just going to line this up. There's our cute little lamb. So now we're going to find that centerpiece with the humps, and you're going to put glue down inside of that so that we can put that in like that. Okay, so we're going to go right at the bottom all the way right up to the two humps. All right, and you're going to line this up and center it and press it down just like that, so that our lamb is outside of our basket. Now we got to do the hooves. So you got 4 black, so you're going to double up 2, 2, and then you're going to put white over it. Okay, so let's do this. Match them up perfectly. Okay, take white. So just like that with one hoof. Let's do the second one. And again, we'll probably use some foam to pop these out. Let's flip those over. One. Two. Take our basket, and we're going to put those right in those hump. Right in the hump. There we go, there's one. And there's 2. Oh, so cute. Okay, with our bows, I'm gonna take a, what I call, I got it from the dollar store, a skewer. I use them for cake toppers. And we're gonna give this a little bit of a natural curl on this bow. So we're gonna just go like that. And like that. And then we're gonna in. And in, so it has a more natural looking curl. It doesn't look like it's flat. All right, and we're gonna put some glue in here. You're gonna have a tail in here anyway. So line that up with the hole. And another one. All right, you're gonna take a tail and you are gonna put it at the back. There's a seam on that side, so let's put it on that. So put a little bit of glue here. This is gonna go on our handles and the hole is there. We're gonna put a brad in there to hold our handles of the basket. All right, so you have the back lined up with the hole. Let's do that, there we go. Make sure, there we go, yep. And you can also give your tails a little bit of a curl. I love that. There's one bow ready to go. Let's do that to the next bow. Line that up, just holding it. The other side. Line that up, hold it together. There's my other tail. I like it. So I'm gonna put the tail on the back side here. Some glue. Oops. Ruined my bows. Let's line this. Yep. Let's line that up like that. There we go. And then let's curl our tails. Perfect. Bow number 2, ready for the handle. Okay everyone, we're almost done here. Designs by CVP, this is Tracy, and just gonna finish up the little bit that we have left of our lamb little basket. We're gonna do the handles and we're gonna put some flowers on here. So let's continue. All right, so you got a whole bunch of these lilac flowers. So you wanna put them out and put them together. So there's a little bit of a difference in the shape of some. So you put a big shaped one with a little shaped. And then you take another, see this one is a little bit different. Oops. That one's a little bit different with a little one. And again, a bigger one with a little one, bigger one with a little one, bigger one with a little one. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. And then the leaves, you have a full leaf like this. It's gonna go, so I'm just gonna put them underneath the next big size, put that leaf, and then another one with that one, and then just the single leaves with these two. All right, we're gonna take our dowel and we're gonna roll, so about a 45-degree angle, and then just roll each leaf to give it some dimension. Okay, and we're gonna do that for all the flowers. And then when you have them, you're gonna put the little one inside the big one, and you're gonna offset the petals, okay? So I hope you can see that. So the little one inside the big one, and we're just gonna glue. Now, if you wanted to get decorative, you could put a little pearl in there, a brad, a rhinestone. I'm just gonna leave it as is. And then you're gonna put a little dab. Actually, let's put the dab on the leaf. And we're gonna take that leaf and put it there. I'm gonna give that leaf just a little bit of a roll as well. Okay, and that's what it's gonna look like. This one will go on the top of the handle, and then we have other ones that'll go around the basket. So that's how I'll do the rest off screen, and then we'll come back and we'll do the handle. Okay, all of our flowers are all rolled and put together. Here's a couple of the double ones, and here's the single leaf. Those will go on our basket, but let's put them to the side. And now let's work on the handle for the basket. So we have these two white strips. They look pretty much exactly the same. They have holes and to attach to the basket. The only difference is on one of them, there is, where did it go? On one of them, there is markings where the, oh, there it is, right there. So there's a little notch. So that is where the other part is going to be overlapping, all right? So it's gonna go like this. So the white round goes like that, all right? So let's glue this down. I can see where that is. There it is. Okay. Okay. So line that up. Perfect. All right, now I'm going to take the dowel and I'm going to, since we want this handle to be a little bit, have a curve to it, right? There's that part. There's the curve. Then we're going to attach the green. So I'm going to line this up to the holes and glue it on. The other one goes the other way and it will have a little bit of a gap. They don't overlap, but that's what the big flower is for. So the big flower will go here and you won't see that little imperfection. So let's put some glue on the green part of our handle. Now these colors, you can just use whatever you have on hand. Spring pastel colors, that's what I went with. There's no right or wrong. All right, so I'm not flattening this to my surface because I don't want it flat. I want it to have that handle-like curvage. All right. And we'll do the same to the second one. Okay, line up the hole, center it. And there we go. So we do have a little bit, but that, like I said, is where the flower is gonna go. All right, now we're gonna take our bows that we made. We're gonna put them on each side. We got the 2 bows. You need 2 of these little brads. I went with a gold. And now we're gonna bring our basket in. You're gonna take the brad and put it through the bow, put it through the handle. If I can. All right, let's go one at a time. Bow, handle, side of the basket. All right, and then they have two little arms that you just, and there you go. And the one side is on. All right, let's do the other side. I'm gonna put the brad through the bow first, then through the handle, through the side, and spread that brad. And there's the second. Okay, now we're gonna put the final touches. We're gonna assemble the flowers. So like I said, the big flower is gonna go right at the top. So hide that little imperfection. There we go. Perfect. And then basically the other ones is kind of where you, it's totally your preference. I'm gonna put a little dab of glue there. And I'm gonna put one right here by the lamb, just underneath his hoof. I'm gonna do another one on this side of the lamb. That's where I kind of put my 2. And then I got the 2 single ones. So this is, the lamb is the focus point, right? So I'm gonna put it where you can, let's go right up above there. Perfect. And the last one, I'm gonna put on this side. Perfect. So that's where I put mine. Now I'm gonna fill this with some shredded paper and put my Easter eggs in it. I'll be right back and show you the final project. Hey everyone, here's the final little basket. So I put some shredded paper in there. I have some mini eggs I got from the dollar store, these little carrot chocolates, and I think I'll just set that as a centerpiece on my table for Easter. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified of all of our new videos on how we make things around here at Designs by CVP. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Have a great day.